everyone, Jolene here from Bookworm Adventure Girl. Welcome back, and if you are new, thanks for checking out my channel. Please hit subscribe and stick around. Today I am going to be doing another mini bookshelf tour. This series, Reading All the Bookshelves, is new this year, and it is to show all of you a section of the bookshelves that I have, at least so far. I am still waiting for more shelving to come back into stock. So when that happens, I will add more compartments and numbers to the wheel. But for now, we have 63 book compartments or sections, and we've done 2 of them. So I guess there's 61 sections left. So I'm going to give the wheel a spin to see which shelf I'm going to show you. And then this is also good for me because the deal is that I have to read 1 or 2 of the books from the shelves this year, from the ones that I haven't already read. So let's have a look at the wheel and we will give it a spin. Here we go. And it looks like it will be 26. Okay, well that's pretty good. That shelf is right behind me, so we will take a look at that shelf. We'll be looking at this one right here. So I will get those books out and we will take a look at them. Okay, so I have grabbed all of the books. You can see the empty spot behind me, and we're going to take a look at them. There are 14 books on this shelf, and I have only read 3 of them, so hopefully I can read at least 1 or 2 more this year. That would be pretty good. And I am going to go through the books from left to right, the way that they are on the shelves, or the way that they were on the shelf. So the first 2 books are by Chinese author Yangsze Choo. I hope I'm saying that correctly. The first book is The Night Tiger. It looks like I need to get the hairdryer. See if I can get this price sticker off. I don't like when they do that. And it looks like I did try to take it off and I was not successful. So this book I have heard so many good things about. So I'm kind of glad to see this shelf come up to, you know, put this back on my radar. I don't really even know what this is about, but I do remember thinking that it sounded really intriguing. So let's see what it says here. Quick-witted, ambitious Ji Lin is stuck as an apprentice dressmaker, moonlighting as a dance hall girl to help pay off her mother's mahjong debts. But when one of her dance partners accidentally leaves behind a gruesome souvenir, Ji Lin plunges into a dark adventure, a mirror world of secrets and superstitions. 11-year-old Chinese houseboy Ren also has a secret, a promise he must fulfill to his dead master, to find his master's severed finger and bury it with his body. Ren has 49 days to do so, or his master's soul will wander the earth forever. As the days tick relentlessly by, a series of unexplained deaths rack the district, along with whispers about men who turn into tigers. Ji Lin's and Ren's increasingly dangerous paths crisscross through lush plantations, hospital storage rooms, and ghostly dreamscapes. Dazzling and propulsive, the Night Tiger is the coming of age of a child and a young woman, each searching for their place in a society that would rather they stay invisible. So this does sound very interesting to me, and the next book by this same author is called The Ghost Bride. This book I do remember having it on my list, I think for last year, and I think it was potentially, you know, for books to read around October to do a ghost story. But other than that, I don't know what it's about. So the blurb says this. Malaya, 1893, Li Lan, the daughter of a genteel but bankrupt Chinese family, has few prospects. But fate intervenes when she receives a proposal from the wealthy and powerful Lim family. They want her to become a ghost bride for the family's only son, who died under mysterious circumstances. Rarely practiced ghost marriages are often meant to placate a restless spirit. Such a union would guarantee Lin Lan a comfortable home for the rest of her days, but at what cost? As she reluctantly considers the offer, Li Lan is unwillingly drawn into the shadowy parallel world of the Chinese afterlife, with its ghost cities and vengeful spirits. There, Li Lan must uncover the Lim family's darkest secrets, and the truth about her own family, before she is trapped in this ghostly world forever. Well, I do love a good ghost story, so perhaps I will put this on my list for this October and have some ghost reads. This next book I have had on my shelf for a long time, and I was just talking about it a day or two ago on Instagram with someone who read it. I went to hear Michael Christie speak about this book. He's a Canadian author, and I hadn't heard of him at the time, but he was talking about Greenwood. And the way that he spoke about this book and his ideas for the book, I found fascinating. It's a family saga. It's about trees and the environment. And his idea was around our connection to trees and the idea of a family tree. So I bought the book right away. He even signed it. He signed that for me, and you can see that here. And then the other thing that I absolutely love about this book is the page edges. I don't know if you can see that. You can see that's like a tree ring, and I absolutely love it. So I do hope to read this, and it will definitely happen this year, and I will tell you more about it when I do that. Next is The Atomic Weight of Love by Elizabeth Church, and I don't remember why I have this or why I picked it up. I know that it's a debut novel, but the blurb says, spanning the years from World War II through the Vietnam era, and set in the breathtaking landscape of the American Southwest, this triumphant debut tells the story of an indomitable, gifted Meridian Wallace, a late-blooming heroine awakened by the women's movement who discovers that what she has to offer amid a world laid to waste by the ravages of men. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't remember why I picked this up, but it sounds like there's a strong female character, and I do like that. So this does sound like something that I would read, so we'll see if I get to this. This next book is Keeping the House by Tice, and this is from And Other Stories, and this sat on my bedside table for months, and I never got to it. And this story is about 3 generations of women who are involved in the heroin business, and it does sound very interesting to me. Next up is Insignificance by James Clammer, and I think I got this through the Republic of Consciousness. This book is about mental health and the main character, Joseph's concern for his family. And the piece that got me was this. Joseph is trying to focus on a plumbing job, but is too distracted by the terrible things that have been happening in his family. Joseph believes that his son has tried to murder his wife. Joseph is afraid that his wife is going to leave him. Joseph is terrified that his son will try to kill again. And when I read that, I thought, okay, you have my attention. So now I just need to actually read it. And next on this pile are a whole bunch of Clarke books. And this is the first one by Imogen Clarke, The Last Piece. I think I got this book through a book subscription, maybe. The book is about a mother who disappears to a Greek island without any explanation to her family. So this one hasn't been high on my list, and I'm imagining that it will be about her finding herself somehow, or dealing with something from her past. If you have read this, though, I would like to know about it. Let me know in the comments, because maybe I should be giving it a little bit more priority. The next Clarke is Julie Clarke, The Last Flight. This book might have been from a book subscription as well, maybe even the same one. I don't know, but I have heard really good things about this. And this is a thriller, and 2 women are trying to escape their lives. And when they meet at an airport, they decide to switch tickets to give themselves as a new start. And one of the flights goes down, and because of this, the woman that is still alive might actually be able to have the fresh start that she's really looking for. So this is a good one. I'll have to remember that that's on that shelf. So there's a couple more Clarkes here. This one is Starbucked by Taylor Clarke. I think this was given to me. I can't remember. Regardless, this book is about how Starbucks began, how the business started, how it became successful and part of our culture. It's not super high on my reading list either, but if you have read this and you think that it's a book that I should get to sooner rather than later, then please let me know. These next books I have read, and the next Clarke is Austin Clarke, who is a Canadian writer. And The Polished Hoe I read as a buddy read. This is not one of my favorite books. I was actually quite disappointed by it. It was a real struggle to get through for me, but it has won the Giller Prize. And then I read his autobiography called Membering. And I remember at the beginning really loving it until it became more of a rant, an expression of anger and frustration over and over again. And, why are these two books on my shelf? For now, it's because Austin Clarke is one of Canada's most celebrated writers. That being said, when it comes time to do some unhauling, where I might need some space on my shelves, then these might not be given as high importance at that time. This next book I read when I was in high school, and I was actually just thinking about this book because I think that it will be in a video that I am planning for March and something that I'm doing in March. So The Secret Language of Eating Disorders is by Peggy Claude-Pierre. This is an excellent book, especially if you're interested in this topic. And I will be talking more about it next month, but for now I will say that this is the story of how the author and her husband started the Montreux Counseling Center, I think it is. So if you or someone you know has an eating disorder, this is a fantastic book. I have recommended it to many people many times, especially families through my work. The last two books are by Waite Clayton, and I haven't read either of them. The Wednesday Sisters is the first of a series, and it just sounds good to me. The blurb says this: friendship, loyalty, and love lie at the heart of Waite Clayton's beautifully written, poignant, and sweeping novel of 5 women who, over the course of 4 decades, come to redefine what it means to be family. In the late 1960s, Frankie, Linda, Kath, Brett, and Allie find themselves meeting every Wednesday at a park in Palo Alto, California. Defined at first mainly by what their husbands do, the young homemakers and mothers are far removed from the summer of love. These Wednesday sisters otherwise seem to have little in common. Frankie is a timid transplant from Chicago. Brutally blunt Linda is a remarkable athlete. Kathy is a Kentucky debutante. Quiet Allie has a secret, and quirky, ultra-intelligent Brett wears little white gloves with her miniskirts. But the women are bonded by a shared love of literature. Fitzgerald, Eliot, Austen, du Maurier, Plath, and Dickens, and the Miss America pageant, which they watch together every year. As the years roll on and their children grow, the quintet forms a writer's circle to express their hopes and dreams through poems, stories, and eventually books. Along the way, they experience history in the making: Vietnam, the race to put a man on the moon, and a women's movement that challenges everything they have ever thought about themselves, while at the same time supporting one another through changes in their personal lives brought on by infidelity, longing, illness, failure, and success. Humorous and moving, The Wednesday Sisters is a literary feast for book lovers and a celebration of the mysterious, unbreakable bond among friends. So this kind of reminds me of Lorna Landvik, who wrote, I'm trying to remember the name of it, Angry Housewives Eating Bonbons. So I think this would be good to get to. And the other book is The Last Train to London. This was one of my book club books and one of the few that I never finished. I remember starting it and it didn't grab me and I didn't get into it right away. And the other women in the book club, they said that I would probably like it if I kept going, but I put it down and then I put it off way too long. So one day now I will have to go back to see if I can read it again or start it again. So those are all of the books on shelf number 26. Let me know if you have read any of these books or if you are interested in any of them. Are there any that I haven't read that you think I should prioritize? I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I look forward to chatting with you in the comments. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and don't forget to make every day an adventure.